Hi there, Chris here. Another video, another day in lockdown. I don't even remember what day in lockdown we are, but there you go. Today's a little bit of a lighter topic. I just want to talk about Nandi Bushell. Nandi Bushell? Bushell. I'm not sure how you say it, but basically she is an 11-year-old girl who ended up on the stage with the Foo Fighters earlier this week at the Forum in LA. Now, it's really cool. Like, the Foo Fighters are pretty good. Dave Grohl's very cool. And this is not the first young child or young person they've had on stage playing an instrument. But for those of you that don't recall what happened, about a year ago, I'm going to say, it was in the lockdowns last year anyway, the then 10-year-old Nandi challenged Dave Grohl to a drum battle. And Dave tried to avoid it a little bit, I guess. And then his mates were like, no, dude, you've got to do it. So he went and sort of, in his words, half-heartedly.
Dave Grohl has just responded to my battle request. I can't wait to watch it. Let's see what he says.
Right. But Nandi, in the last week, I've gotten at least 100 texts from people all over the world saying, this girl is challenging you to a drum-off. What are you going to do? Now look, this is my response to your challenge. So now the ball is in your court. This is a song called Dead End Friends. Hit it.
And she totally destroyed him. So he took it a bit more seriously and had another go, and she still destroyed him. So anyway, this week she got on stage for their final song of the performance at the Forum. Now, Forum's in LA. I looked at the stats. I was trying to find out how many people in the crowd. I didn't get those figures, but the place seats 17,000 for a basketball tournament. So I don't know how that translates to a concert, but I would say there's well over 10,000 people there. Now, for an 11-year-old in front of like 10,000 people, that is awesome. That's got to be the dream of a lot of 11-year-olds, but most of them don't get there. So in this video, I think we're going to talk about three lessons I've learned from Nandi Bushell. Now, the first one is basically getting on stage can make your dreams come true. Now, that might be a bit confusing because you're like, well, no, her dream was to be on stage, so her dream was already true when she got on stage. But the lesson, I think, the point I want to make is that you have to expand your definition of stage, because when she first challenged Dave Grohl on the platform, on social media, that was her on stage because she was doing that in front of the world. And then when she had the drum battles over social media on video, that video was her stage. Okay, so you need to think about stage a little bit differently going forward, particularly in this new pandemic era, because on stage doesn't mean literally standing on a raised dais above a bunch of people anymore. This is me being on stage right now, talking to this camera in front of me. And you're going to be doing the same. You're going to be trying to get your message out through this sort of medium over the next few years. It's just going to be a fact of life. And it's becoming more and more acceptable to do these sorts of things because we've had to do it. Now we know we can do it. And so doing it is not as unacceptable as it might have been in the past. So the first thing is you need to know that you can get on stage, and this is your stage as much as anything else. Your stage can be a podcast, your stage can be a blog post, your stage can be anything. Now, the second lesson that you want to take on board when we're talking about getting on stage is that when you get on stage, you better have the goods. I mean, Nandi obviously did. She challenged Dave Grohl to that drum battle. Now, let's face it, cute as a 10-year-old at that time would have been, if she had no drumming skills whatsoever, which, let's face it, that's probably what Dave expected, that would have been not even a blip. That might have been a minor story, probably not. The fact that she smashed it, that makes it newsworthy. That makes it a thing. And so if you are going to get on stage and share whatever message you have, it's important that you know your stuff. You know what it is that you're going to be putting across, what's important, how impactful you can put it across, and how compelling that could be. Now, for Nandi, obviously, that was musically. She had a compelling, energetic performance. It's no different from you when you're talking about the cause that you're fronting, or the business that you're running, or whatever it is that you're trying to share, the new scientific breakthrough that you want to share with the world, whatever it is, you need to be compelling and impactful with what it is you're trying to share. And those chances, those opportunities on stage, don't squander them. There's nothing like the regret of squandering a golden opportunity. You really, really, really want to have the goods when you get on that stage. And you can just do the practice, find a coach. I'm happy to coach people. That's what I do. But if you can't get me to coach, get somebody you know and trust to coach you. Get input, get feedback. The better the feedback, the better the coaching, the better your performance. It's just the way it is. Every actor, even the famous ones, well, especially the famous ones, have coaches. They have dialect coaches, they have acting coaches, they have all sorts of coaches. I have a coach. Everybody has a coach that if they want to get somewhere. So I recommend that you do these three things. Remember that everything is a stage and you have that opportunity. Remember that by getting on stage, you can change the world. You can change your world. You can change the future. You can make your dreams come true. And then thirdly, remember that if you get that opportunity to stand on that stage, you better bring the goods. Anyway, I hope that's been helpful. Like I say, there's a few clips of the performance. I'll put the links in the notes below or in the description for this video. And yeah, check it out. Have fun. Stay safe through COVID. Cheers.